Okay, so this is what I'm excited about today. This is what the experiment's all about. This is our little bowl we turned. It's still wet. Okay. Damp. It's not. The tree's been down for a little while, but it's still wet. Wet enough to just go warp and all that. Okay. We're going to be trying out a product today called Dry and Dry. Hopefully you can see that. And I've been watching this for a couple years, and several folks have talked about it, and one guy even has his brand name that he does. And it's supposed to be a dry bowl from green to dry, 24 to 48 hours. So I've got some heavy duty. These are turkey brining bags, and they fit a 5-gallon bucket. And they're supposed to be able to handle 50 pounds of wet weight or 75 pounds of dry. We're going to line our bucket with it. Now, none of this was given to me. I purchased every bit of it. And I'm a frugal guy. This stuff is not cheap. But what sold me on it is the fact that it's reusable. Now, if any of y'all try this, decide to try it, I'll leave a link for it down in the description. Basically, the more you buy, the cheaper it gets. But it is not cheap by any stretch of imagination. I just can't see picking up 50 pounds of turkey up with 50 pounds of liquid in there, and that bag still be sealed, but I'm assuming that means it's airtight. So I have my little scale here, and we're going to weigh this. Uh-oh, it's over a pound. My scale won't handle that. That scale was for other reasons. It's very accurate, but it's to hundredths of decimal. You know, basically 2 decimal points. So that's not going to work. I do have my moisture meter. And folks, don't get wrapped up in, I gotta have this too, I gotta have this too. That's a big old rabbit hole you'll fall down. And I bought things that are still brand new in the package, that are back in my workroom where I store my things, that I have not opened yet. So buy what you need, preferably the best that you can get at the time. But I've used this like 3 times. I've had it for a couple years now. So I don't know if I'll be able to capture this on the camera or not. Trust me, I won't lie. Okay, it says 40.5%. Okay. And 40.5% on the inside. Now, that's just a reference number. I don't know how accurate this thing is. I think I paid about $15 or $18 for it. And let's get to it. Now, you're supposed to have these beads all around, surrounding every surface area of your thingy, your bowl, or whatever you go to dry. They're orange, and they change color. I think pink or blue or something when they change color when they're full, and you can rejuvenate them by putting them in the oven at 200 degrees for a couple of hours. I've got 4 gallons of this stuff here, 30 pounds. Okay. honestly, I thought a milk jug looked bigger than this. This looks smaller than a gallon to me, but I guess it is. Okay. Guess I can pick the camera up here and give you a view of it. If I can hold it still long enough. Okay. And now we'll put our bowl in. And that's probably 3 to 4 inches deep in there. So I'll mash it down just a little bit. And now we're going to open another one. I don't know if I'm going to need all 4 of them or not. And in 24 hours, we're going to check this. I guess I need to invest in a kitchen scale. They don't cost that much. I use that one for measuring out smaller things. I thought it would work for this. I knew it only went to 1 pound though, but this bowl is over 1 pound. But maybe, after it dries, it will be less than a pound. You know what? 2 gallons is going to do it. You'll never go back in there. Alright. 2 down. Just did it. Alright. And now, we will seal this up as best I can. I'll squeeze as much air out as I can. This might work better if I set it down. I know you can't see at the moment. I'm just trying to, excuse me, kind of squeeze the air out of it. So the ambient moisture content hopefully won't influence what's going on. Okay. So I've wound it up and I guess I'll just put a zip tie around it. Hopefully that'll seal it up, make it airtight. And there you go. %40.5%, remember that. That's a mental note to myself. Alright. Hey, good day. How are you? Welcome to AM Woodturning. My name is Alan Mills. In a previous video, I was exploring different drying methods. Particularly, I was experimenting with silica gel beads. Today, it's 24 hours later, roughly, and we're going to check to see where this is at. Unfortunately, the scale I had only goes up to 1 pound. It's a very accurate little scale, but the bowl was heavier than 1 pound. So all I have to depend on is my moisture meter. And yesterday it was at 40.5%. And today we're going to open it up and see what it looks like now. supposed to work pretty quick. From my research, I learned it was supposed to take 24 to 48 hours, certainly for no longer than 4 or 5 days. Well, I can definitely see the beads changing color. And I can see a little bit of work going on before I even do anything else. Right now it's showing 17.5. And it was identical on the inside when I checked it yesterday. I'm going to try to stab it in the same place. And then we'll pick out a new spot to stab it. .0 on the inside. And we'll pick out a new spot down here. 16, 15. 15.0. That's pretty impressive to come down from 40.5. It's dropped 30% in 24 hours. So, at this pace, I would assume that it's true that within 48 hours time, it's a perfectly dry bowl. You have to make sure it's surrounded on all sides. And ooh, I can feel the moisture from that. Let me take a picture of the color change. You can see the blue beads are mixed in with the orange ones. That's pretty amazing, actually. I forgot I had tried something else recently. This is something you hear talked about now and then. I turned this about 3 weeks ago, and it sat around for a week in the house, and it was still so wet. And I put a wrap of freezer paper on it, and kind of haphazardly. You can see I didn't bother making sure it was tight or anything. And this bowl has really slowed down as far as drying. Matter of fact, I see some mold developing. Let's check it. And that's still very damp around the rim. %. 18% on the bottom. Let's just check the side for the heck of it. 39%. You know what? I'm tempted to throw this in there with it. it all covered. I had to turn the bowl, and I did it on camera yesterday. So it's a fairly long video. What I'm going to do is chop the end part off. And for just those who are interested in an experimental drying method, it'll be a much shorter video that they can watch. Trying to get the air out of it. The air contains moisture also. I may attempt to use a vacuum next time. That was interesting how it came down 30% in 24 hours. That bowl should be dry tomorrow. I may have found my new method. I misspoke yesterday on the other video. I said I paid about $138 or so shipping. I bought 4 gallons of dry and dry beads. They're color indicating, which means they change from orange to blue when they're loaded up with moisture. When sometime after they get full and they won't absorb anymore, you can put them in the oven on a baking sheet, spread them out on a baking sheet at 250. You can't go over 250 is what the instructions say. And it will take 30 minutes to a couple hours, and you just watch the color on them. When it turns back orange again, it's done. Seal them up, you're ready for next time. I paid $109 for 4 gallons. It's about $34 and something a gallon, which is 8 pounds. And the more you buy it, they give you a cost break. I'll put a link down in the description, and if y'all want to check it out, and along with my turkey brining bag that I used, these are it says bucket liner, but it was billed as a turkey brining bag, and they're supposed to, well, it doesn't say it on here, but they're supposed to hold either 50 pounds of wet weight or 75 pounds of dry weight, which I guess it will. I don't know. It seems fairly, it's not as heavy a plastic as I thought it would be. It's certainly much heavier duty than a bread bag, but I would have thought it would been much thicker. But my goal behind that was to make it leak free, and I used a bucket because you need some kind of a form to contain the beads. If I just used a bag and put the beads in it, the beads would be like a wild bean chair, be all over the place. So I used a bucket to give it a little bit of form. You could use anything, a milk crate, a box, just whatever you have. And well, that's all I've got right now, and this is going to work out great, I think. And I'll be able, and I plan to twice turn that bowl. I can tell it warped a little bit around the rim. I couldn't really notice it. I'm sure it has moved a little bit down where my recess is, and that was partially an experiment. I want to see if I can chuck it back up and have it still run true, or be able to chew it up with minimal effort. Stay tuned. I may do an update on that on this video. I'm gonna go ahead and get this edited and going, and get it on YouTube so y'all can watch it. I am the Frugal Woodturner. AM Woodturning. Thank you for stopping by, and if you have any questions or comments, feel free. I'll try to give you the best advice I can, or at least where to find the answer if you have a question. Please like and subscribe my channel, and hit that dinger bell too so you won't miss anything new coming out. Catch you later.